The government may have made its most explicit statement on the hard-hitting report on post-election violence submitted by Justice Philip Waki and his commission. After remaining mum on the report, Attorney General Amos Wako may have been aroused from his slumber by Nairobi Metropolitan Development Minister Mutula Kilonzo's inquiry.
There is a reason that we have an Attorney General. The reason we have an Attorney General is to come to the fore at this point in time, to at least tell the country what the meaning of that report is, because in the end, all that you are getting are political reactions.
Wako, who is the government's principal legal advisor, has hit back, pouring cold water on the report. He raised doubts of any possible prosecution of persons named in the list of shame submitted to Kofi Annan in his panel of eminent African persons, saying the report lacks sufficient evidence to try any persons named for either financing, perpetrating, or organizing the violence. Wako's remarks may be a short-term relief for those named, among them 6 cabinet ministers, members of parliament present and past, as well as influential business persons and religious leaders. However, they face a possible date with the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, ICC.
In default of setting up that tribunal, consideration would then be given by the panel to forwarding those names of the alleged perpetrators to the Special Prosecutor of the International Criminal Court in The Hague.
Prime Minister Raila Odinga, however, seems to hold a different view, saying those named in the list must face justice.
Investigations by the Waki Commission have shown that certain politicians from here and Nairobi planned and financed the attackers that ravaged Naivasha and its environs. For those crimes, they must pay, because Kenyans can no longer afford the luxury of a few people using the country as their plaything.
Early in the week, Agriculture Minister William Ruto had trashed the report, terming it baseless and highly speculative. The United Nations High Commission for Human Rights, however, argues that the government has no choice in implementing the recommendations of Waki report.
The issue of impunity, clear steps have to be taken.
So I believe that this fear that because very senior personalities are supposed to be tried or supposed to be investigated, that is going to tear the country apart, I don't think that is the truth. I think the truth of the matter is that it is best for these persons who have been mentioned to go through due process so that we can also know the truth. We have not heard their side of the story.
The government has 3 months to form a special tribunal to prosecute persons adversely mentioned in the report for being highly culpable in organizing the chaos. Francis Gashuri, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
Please, can I have an announcement to make? While Mr. Annan and Justice Waki are leaving. Quick announcement. Everybody remain seated first.